Good morning, students. So today we are going to discuss about BJT, bipolar junction transistor. So this is your fourth unit. So in this unit we are going to discuss about BJT characteristics and the types of configurations and the biasing of BJT. So here, you have transistor structure, current components and the relationship, the types of transistors, PNP and NPN transistors, and the operation of BJT, and the transistor equations, how the transistor acts as an amplifier, the input and output characteristics of common base, common emitter and common collector configurations, DC analysis of common base, common emitter and common collector circuits. So these are the topics we are going to discuss about BJT, bipolar junction transistor. So what is BJT? Why it is called bipolar junction transistor? Say a bipolar junction transistor, it is a three-terminal semiconductor device. A BJT is a three-terminal semiconductor device. In this, the operation depends on the interaction of both majority and minority carriers. The operation depends on both majority and minority carriers. So that's why it is called bipolar. The operation depends on both majority and minority carriers. So that's why it is called bipolar junction transistor. So it is used in amplifiers and oscillator circuits. So the BJT transistor is used in amplifiers and oscillator circuits, and it can be used as a switch also. It can be used as a switch in digital circuits. And it has variety of applications, that is in computers, satellites and in communication systems also. So BJT is a three-terminal semiconductor device. Here the operation depends on both majority and minority carriers. So that's why it is called bipolar junction transistor. So there are two types of transistors. So unipolar junction transistor and bipolar junction transistor. So in the unipolar, the current conduction is only due to either holes or electrons, that is majority carriers. In unipolar transistor, the current conduction is only due to holes or electrons. So these are the majority carriers. In bipolar, the current conduction is because of both the types of charge carriers, that is holes and electrons. So that's why it is called bipolar junction transistor. So unipolar and bipolar. Here the BJTs are of two types. One is NPN transistor and PNP transistor. NPN transistor and PNP transistor. So the BJT consists of a silicon or germanium crystal. BJT, it consists of a silicon or germanium crystal, so in which a thin layer of N-type silicon is sandwiched between two layers of P-type. So that transistor is called as PNP transistor. See here. So in the construction, so in the PNP transistor, a thin layer of N-type. So middle region is, this one is N region. So a thin layer of N-type silicon is sandwiched between two P layers. Sandwiched between two P-type silicon. So this is referred as PNP transistor. This is referred as PNP transistor. Here it is the symbol of PNP transistor. Here the arrow direction is inward direction. For PNP transistor, the arrow direction is inward direction. It shows the direction of current. Second one is NPN transistor. In NPN transistor, a p-type layer is sandwiched between two n-type layers. A p-type layer, a thin layer of p-type is sandwiched between two n-type materials. So see the symbol of an NPN transistor. It has three terminals: emitter, base and collector. Emitter, base and collector. So in the NPN transistor, so it is the direction of current is outward direction. Here the arrow on the emitter specifies, the arrow here it specifies the direction of current when emitter base junction is forward biased. It specifies the direction of current. Here the arrow indicates the direction of current. So these are the two types of transistors. So NPN transistor and PNP transistors. Okay. So transistor is a semiconductor device which transfer weak signal from low resistance to high resistance. So what is transistor? So it transfers the weak signal from low resistance to high resistance. So it consists of three terminals. They are emitter, base and collector. So transistor is a semiconductor device. Transistor is a semiconductor device which transfers weak signal from low resistance to high resistance, and it consists of three terminals: emitter, base and collector. So emitter is a heavily doped region, and it emits the majority carriers into the base region. First one is emitter region, second base and third one is collector region. The emitter is a heavily doped region and it emits majority carriers into the base. Second, base is a lightly doped diode. So base is a lightly doped region and it is a thinner region, and collector is moderately doped region. The collector is moderately doped region and it collects the majority carriers from the base region. So the function of emitter is it emits the majority carriers into the base. The function of base is, so it transfers the carriers from emitter to collector. The function of collector is it collects the majority carriers from the base region. So base is lightly doped and is very thin. So it passes most of the injected charge carriers from the emitter to collector. So base is lightly doped and it is very thin. It passes most of the injected charge carriers from the emitter to the collector. So collector is a moderately doped. So collector is moderately doped region, base is lightly doped region, and the emitter is heavily doped region. So during the transistor operation, much heat is produced at the collector junction. So when it comes to sizes, so collector size is more compared to emitter and base. See here, the collector size is more compared to emitter and base. Emitter size is more than base. During the transistor operation, heat is produced at the collector junction. So heat is produced at the collector junction. So that's why the collector is made large to dissipate the heat. The collector size is large to dissipate the heat. When it comes to doping concentration, emitter is highly doped, collector is moderately doped, and base is lightly doped. So these are the applications of transistor. So transistors, the important application is amplifiers. Transistors are used in amplifiers. These are used in oscillator circuits, and transistor can be used as switch, in the digital circuits and in computers, satellites and communication systems. So these are the applications of transistors. So there are different regions the transistor can be operated in different regions. So emitter based junction, collector based junction, so emitter based junction, see here, if emitter based junction is forward biased and collector based junction is reverse biased, then the transistor can be operated in active region. The transistor is operated in the active region. So it has 3 terminals, right? So the transistor has 3 terminals and it has 2 junctions, emitter based junction and collector based junction. So if the emitter based junction is forward biased and the collector based junction is reverse biased, so it is active region. The transistor is operated in the active region. The applications of this region, the amplifiers and oscillators. Amplifiers and oscillators. Second one is, if the 2 junctions are in forward bias, emitter based junction is forward biased and the collector based junction is also forward biased, then we can say that the transistor is operated in the saturation region. The transistor is operated in saturation region. So in this region, the transistor is used in wave shaping, clipping circuits. Okay, so these are the applications of saturation region. The third one is, the 2 junctions are in reverse biased. The emitter based junction is reverse biased and collector based junction is reverse biased. Then it is operated in cutoff region. The transistor is operated in cutoff region. So the applications of this cutoff region is switching applications. Switching applications. If the 2 junctions, the emitter based junction is reverse biased and the collector based junction is forward biased, then it is reverse active region. Reverse active region. Okay, these are the 4 regions. These are the 4 regions. First one is forward bias, reverse bias. Second one is forward bias, forward bias. Third one is reverse bias, reverse bias. And the fourth one is reverse bias and forward bias. Okay, so the transistor is used in amplifiers. So in the active region, it is used in clipping and wave shaping circuits in the saturation region. So in the cutoff region, it is used in switching applications. So these are the 4 regions. See here, it is NPN transistor. It is NPN transistor. So middle layer is P-type layer and the 2 outer layers are N-type layer. So the 3 terminals are emitter, base and collector. So it is 2 diodes here. The 2 diodes are connected in back to back. The 2 diodes are connected in back to back. So in the emitter base junction and the second one is collector base junction. The 2 diodes are connected in back to back. So see here, it is a 2 diode structure. So transistor is nothing but the 2 diodes are connected in back to back. So NPN transistor is constructed by sandwiching a P-type semiconductor between 2 N-type semiconductors. Here we have 2 N-type semiconductors and 1 P-type semiconductor. So the majority carriers in NPN transistor is electrons and the minority charge carriers are holes. So minority carriers are holes and the majority carriers are electrons. And the majority carriers are electrons and the minority carriers are holes. So here we have two n-type semiconductors. We have two n-type semiconductors and one p-type semiconductor. Okay. So it is transistor biasing. Transistor biasing. So generally emitter base junction is forward biased and collector base junction is reverse biased. So in order to emit the charge carriers, emitter is always forward biased, and to collect the charge carriers, collector is connected in reverse bias. So it is a biasing of NPN transistor. See here, it is a biasing of NPN transistor. So here emitter input current is emitter current and the output current is collector current. So generally emitter base junction is forward biased and the collector base junction is reverse biased. So due to the forward bias on the emitter base junction, an emitter current flows through the base into the collector. So due to the forward bias on the emitter base junction, so here the emitter current flows through the base into the collector. Here the collector base junction is reverse biased. So almost the entire emitter current flows through the collector circuit. So even though if the collector base junction is reverse biased, the entire current is flowing through the collector circuit. Right? Here, so VEE and VCC are the two batteries. So it is power supplies. So negative terminal is connected to n-type, then it becomes forward bias. So in the output section, the positive terminal is connected to n-type, so it becomes reverse biased. So the input junction is forward biased and the output junction is reverse biased. So this voltage is VBE and this one is VCB, this one is VCE. The voltage between collector and emitter, that is VCE, this one is VCB and this one is VBE. Here see the working of NPN transistor. The majority carriers are electrons and the minority carriers are holes. So it is a negative terminal. So here from this the electrons are moving in this direction. Here the electrons are moving in this direction. And the current is flowing in this direction. Here electron direction is opposite to the current direction. So electron direction is opposite to the current direction. So the forward bias is applied to the emitter base junction. See here, negative terminal is connected to n-type material. So the forward bias is applied to the emitter base junction of this NPN transistor. It causes a lot of electrons from the emitter region. So due to this forward bias, a lot of electrons from the emitter region, it crosses to the base region. So lot of electrons are flowing from emitter region to base region due to the emitter base junction is forward biased. Due to this forward biased junction, so more number of electrons are passing from emitter to base. Here the base is lightly doped. So the number of holes in the base region very small. The number of holes in the base region is very small due to lightly doped. And hence the number of electrons that combine with the holes in the p-type base region is very small. So here the recombination of holes and electrons in the base region, it is very small due to lightly doped p-type region. So hence a few electrons combine with the holes. Here the few electrons combine with the holes and it produces a base current IB. The remaining electrons So more than 95%. So more than 95% electrons are crossed over into the collector region. So only 5% of the electrons are recombined with the holes in the base region. The remaining 95% electrons so passes to the collector and it produces a collector current. So here the collector current is approximately equal to emitter current. If you combine this base current and collector current, it gives the emitter current. To combine the base current and collector currents, it gives the emitter current. So we can write IE equal to IB plus IC. IE equal to IB plus IC. So IE is the emitter current, IB is the base current, and IC is the collector current. So only 5% of electrons are recombined with the holes in the p-type region, and remaining most of the electrons are passing to the collector, and it produces a collector current. Okay, so here electron direction is from input to output side. So here the emitter current is opposite to the electron direction. Emitter current direction is opposite to the electron direction. So here IB is incoming current and IC is incoming current and IE is outgoing current. So incoming currents equal to outgoing current. So IE equal to IB plus IC. IE equal to IB plus IC. So most of the emitter current flows in the collector circuit. Most of the emitter current flows in the collector circuit. So we can write IE equal to IC approximately equal to IE. So IE is a combination of both. So it is the addition of both base current and collector current. So IE equal to IB plus IC. Next one is PNP transistor. PNP transistor. Here it has one N-type layer and the two P-type layers. So here also the two diodes. So emitter base junction and collector, it is the collector base junction. So here positive terminal is connected to P-type material, so it forms a forward bias. Here the negative, in the output section, the negative terminal is connected to P-type metal. It forms a reverse bias. The forward bias is applied to the emitter base junction of this PNP transistor. So it causes a lot of holes from the emitter region to cross over to the base region. So here the base is lightly doped with the N-type impurity. The number of electrons in the base region is very small. So the number of holes combined with the electrons in the N-type base region is also small. So that's why few holes combined with the electrons and it produces a base current. The remaining holes, more than 95%, cross over into the collector region and it produces a collector current. Okay, so it is the working of PNP transistor. This is the working of PNP transistor. So here we can write IE equal to minus of IC plus IB. There are three types of configurations. First one is common base configuration, common emitter configuration, and common collector configuration. There are three types of configuration. The transistor configurations. There are three types of configurations. They are common base, common emitter, and common collector configurations. Okay. So in the next class, we will discuss about 3 types of configurations: the input characteristics and the output characteristics of CB, CE and CC configurations. Okay, thank you.